Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of BlinkThink, the podcast. I'm here with Jason Caredio, CEO and founder of Sunday Bliss music series. How you doing, Jay?
I'm doing really good.
Right on, man. You know what, listen, we want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule to just come out and talk to the people, man. I appreciate having you out here. It's good to get you out here on this beautiful day.
Yeah. For sure.
Listen, so let's just get into it, man. BlinkThink, as you know, and the listeners who might not know, Blink stands for Behavior Linked by Intentional Knowledge, right? Basically, forward thinking, influencing forward action, right? And so when I thought about my next interviewee, right, I thought, who else better than Jason that, you know, has trailblazed in the house music scene to basically put people together and make some beautiful integration, right? So let's talk about it. You've been a major promoter in the Bay Area house scene for years, for as long as I can remember. Can you give the viewers and listeners at home a little bit of backdrop? How did you get started?
So it's kind of a funny story. So I threw my first party, which was a birthday party, years ago. It was probably, I would say about 20 years ago, maybe. It was in Oakland, little corner spot in downtown Oakland, house hip hop. But just to notice everybody coming together and that I created something like that, it was like, wow, you know what? I think I want to actually throw some parties, man.
Nice.
So that's kind of what stemmed from it, and was the start of me wanting to actually continue to throw parties. It was my own birthday.
So house music is a very, very all-inclusive genre, right? For those people who don't know, what sets house music apart from, say, a techno or like a jungle or any type of other music genre?
It's tough to really get into this conversation. I could talk for, 30, 40 minutes on this. Basically, house has different branches of house music itself. A lot of it stemmed from disco. The sound that we listen to, I call it more of grown folks house music. The soulful, Afro. Afro is more of the newer style, but it still stems to more of that older crowd. I really do the soulful, even a little touch of the deep, a little bit of tech, but more on the soulful side of tech. It's more Afro, soulful, a little bit of deep is more what we cater to. I would say it's more in the older crowd tip, but a lot of the younger scene is starting to catch on, which is awesome.
Nice. I like how you kind of differentiated between the older and the younger crowd. And from what I know of you, you've been bringing people from all walks of life together for a long, long time. I like to think of you as a community organizer of some sort. You know what I mean?
Thank you. That's great.
Yeah. You know, what's your main motivation when it comes to, you know, bringing people together? I know the music plays a big part for you. I know it's near and dear to your heart. Talk more about your motivation.
I would say my motivation, I'm going to keep it real short. I could really talk really deep into this. As I always tell people, that house music did save my life. I grew up in the gang atmosphere, and I loved gangs. It took me away from my normal daily life, and these guys showed a lot of love to me, and I got into the gang violence. Went to my first party, and I'm like, God, these people don't know who I am. Why are they showing me all this love? And to feel this love from all these different people that had no idea who I was, it pulled me away from that gang violence into, God, I could dance and feel that same love, but not have to deal with that street violence anymore. It'll always be in me. You know, you could take somebody out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of somebody. Mm-hmm. But I'll never change how I grew up. But that's pretty much where it stemmed from.
That's solid, man. That's solid. And you know what? That really parallels what we're trying to get across here at BlinkThink, right? BlinkThink, basically understanding and operationalizing the idea that you can change your pattern, change your trajectory with the blink of a thought, and it sounds like you did just that. So my next question was, what was your BlinkThink moment? But you've already answered that.
Totally.
Talk a little bit more about what went into that change, right? I know that you spoke a little bit about the social aspects, but anything that stands out outside of that made you want to just change, like to be a business owner, a business person?
Totally. So I would say that kept that drive. The drive meaning wanting to continue throwing parties is to express and bring that love of something that saved my life. It's different for other promoters. Everybody has their own ways, but it really is something that I feel truly saved my life. If you could talk to any of my old school friends, I shouldn't be around today, as they would say. And to see all these people coming together, smiling, dancing, and enjoying something that I truly love to death. It's something that I put 100% into. I have that drive, and I've stopped, took a break, and kept going. Now it's just something that I want to continue to do.
Nice. And it sounds like from what we know about you, it's taken you a long ways, right? You've traveled the world with house music. You've promoted in probably the four corners of the world, right? Tell us more about your recent travels and where have you just come from? Let's talk about that.
Yeah, definitely. So last year, I was able to experience going to Defected in Croatia for my first time. I wasn't involved in it.
Is that a house party? Or?
Yeah, so
okay.
it's like a 6-day festival in Croatia, which was amazing. It was cool to just see the entire world enjoying something that I truly love to death. But it's funny because it's such a small atmosphere, a small world. I run into people that I know across the world, and it's crazy. And that's just how house music is. It's like, oh, I've heard of that, or I've heard of you, or I've heard of that party. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
So
man.
I went to Spain as well. Went to Croatia. Went to Paris. Traveled all over the U.S. as well last year. It's awesome. Yeah.
Nice. So what I'm hearing is it went from the streets to gangs, fast forward to music and positivity and world travel, community organizer. I mean, Jason has really used that BlinkThink moment and made some big things from it, yeah?
Yeah, totally. I would have to agree with you.
Right on, man. So let's now fast forward. What are your plans for the future? I know you got an event coming up, yeah?
Definitely. So I do have my season for Sunday Bliss starting April 19th. Goes from April to September. We do have some new parties in the works. I can't really say much yet, but it's going to be a branch off of the Sunday Bliss party that we have going on. But yeah, we have some new stuff coming out, and we're definitely excited about it.
Sunday Bliss is definitely a series that, for those of you at home who aren't familiar, reach so many different people and so many different age ranges and just walks of life that we talked about a little bit earlier. And it's been going on for a little while, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. So we're going on our 5th year.
Nice. And it's primarily been in Oakland or the East Bay?
It's been all Oakland, yeah.
Nice.
So I've been promoting for about 15 years. This is one that's solid, and it's stuck. It was patience. I have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Right on. Well, listen, I know you got a lot on your plate, man. And again, we want to thank you for coming out and just carving out a little bit of time to talk with us. Can you tell us, for people who want to get involved or just want to come to a party, how can we get in touch with you? Or you have a website or what's your online presence like?
Oh, totally. So you would want to check out sundaybliss.net, and it'll have all the updates. We'll have a contact link as well if you want to contact. We have our DJ's info. Everything's on the website for sure.
Right on. Well, thanks again, Jared. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, man.
Listen, and we're going to stay tuned for them up-and-coming, unannounced events coming up because we definitely will be there.
Nice.
BlinkThink, man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.